Hello, my name is Curtis Bowden. I've fallen for Vietnam because of its amazing landscapes and its rich culture. As a person with a taste for adventure, I'm always looking for new opportunities to discover this beautiful country. Being the host of Vietnam A to Z will definitely help me do that. Do you want to join me? Let's go! But there's a first time for everything. Really amazing formations out here. Nothing like it I've ever seen. One of the best ways to get to know a country's culture is by staying with the locals. So homestay tourism has become a travel trend in the last few years. Not only does it give you those special memories without putting a big hole in your pocket, it gives you an insider's perspective to daily life through the eyes of a local, something you just can't get in other kinds of accommodation. In this episode of Vietnam A to Z, let's explore a small commune in Hai Phong City with a local as our guide in The Big Story. Later on, join me and a friendly local lady to get a specialty ingredient from a mud field in the Out and About corner. But first, let's see how community tourism has been developing and what it can offer to visitors in this segment of On Trend. Community-based tourism was first provided in Vietnam in the 1990s, and recently it has become much more popular across the country, especially in rustic countryside areas. It helps tourists enjoy unique and authentic experiences in the destinations which they visit. This model has been developed in many diverse forms. Tourists can stay at local people's homes to enjoy local food and get to know more about their culture, traditions, and daily lives.
Got it. I think I just found one. It was really fun.
Join the locals to be a farmer for a day. Get an insight of the destination with local people as your guides. Or simply just enjoy the laid-back atmosphere and renew your energy. This is Isabella's first time coming to Vietnam. She traveled by herself to Ninh Bình province and immediately fell in love with this homestay. Here, everything is exposed to natural lighting. And what's better than starting off your day with your favorite book in a fresh, early morning?
It's like being in the nature. There's like these beautiful handmade bamboo bridges everywhere, and you like, to get from the reception to where you're living, you have to like walk through all this nature and all these paths, and you get into like, it's almost like a canyon. So many like crickets and birds, and it's really nice.
Most of the materials used to build the homestay came from nature, like bamboo, wood, or even stone. In order to maintain the quality, this homestay only has 10 rooms, each with its own design, shape, and size. The architect tried their best not to interfere with the landscapes here, but to incorporate it into the homestay.
I didn't know what to expect when I like looked at it online and signed up for it. My room's sitting kind of on a rock as well, so and then it's perched over the water, and it's beautiful and rustic, and it's just like, it is what it is, you know.
Blessed with scenic perfection by Mother Nature, Ninh Province is an ideal place for the homestay models, which can bring people closer to the great outdoors. Hung Muak Eco Lodge is one of those examples. It has an ideal location, which is right at the foot of the Mua Mountain. Mua Cave Eco Lodge is definitely the best place in town to give you a breathtaking view of the Tam Kop Bikdong landscape. A morning climb to the top of the mountain is the perfect way to get back to nature.
It's still quite an effort, whether it's in the morning, afternoon, and evening, I'm sure. It's 486 steps to the top. I think staying at the bottom of the mountain gives you an opportunity to climb the mountain at the break of dawn.
These days, we live in a world that is constantly surrounded by technology and screens. And so more and more people are looking to connect themselves with nature. And what can be better to get a glimpse into local customs and traditions than this community-based tourism model? So if you want to know about their way of life and understand their culture better, this must be an ideal suggestion for your next holiday. So in recent years, homestay travel has become much more popular in Vietnam since it has a rich and authentic social and cultural experience for the tourist. I'm looking forward to staying in a local commune to experience the life in a town, and it is Phu Lam Commune. Phu Lam is a commune located on the west side of Cat Ba Island, Cat Hai District, Hai Phong City. In this area, many people only make a living depending mainly on marine resources, and so many clever households in the commune have transformed their household economic models towards sustainability. Phu Hom Hung is considered a pioneer in the commune of community-based ecotourism, or homestays. This is also the reason why he has been elected as the head of Phu Lam's community-based ecotourism group. Each year, his homestay serves over 1,000 visitors, bringing him the revenue of over $34.5 thousand US a year. As recommended, I wanted to explore this local area, Phu Lam Commune. I learned that there were very many interesting and exciting, unique attractions to see around here in the natural area. But I don't think I can do it on my own. So I had to find the local expert, Anh Hung.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, and he will show me all of the different things to do in the area. So I'm very excited, and he will be my leader.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Sitting on a small boat with Anh Hung while being surrounded by these majestic mountains and tranquil atmosphere is really such a great escape from the fast-paced lifestyle for me. The fresh air and cool breeze have blown away my stress and tiredness. I wish I could paddle around this serene place every day.
Người dân ở quanh cái khu vực này là hàng ngày người ta đến người ta thắp hương để cầu xin sự bình an, cầu xin cho người ta làm ăn được phát triển. Thì đi bạn nhìn kia.
What is it?
Đấy là cái ngôi miếu mà thờ bà tổ nghề, gọi là bà chúa cua.
As its name suggests, we can easily notice crab-shaped icons in front of the temple. On the other side, shrimps are also depicted vividly. I guess that the legend of the temple probably relates to marine animals. How How long have people been coming here?
Cũng hàng nghìn năm nay. Như được biết là truyền thuyết cha ông kể lại là bà là một trong những cư dân đầu tiên ăn ở cái vùng này và bà đã thác ở cái địa điểm này nên là nhân dân lập cái đền thờ bà.
How often do people come here?
Hàng tháng là vào ngày 15 âm lịch và mùng 1 âm lịch. Đấy. Còn ngoài ra thì các cái gia đình mà nuôi những cái con giống mới thì là vào thắp hương. Đấy, không kể những ngày 15 hay mùng 1 âm lịch.
The special feature of this temple is its location. While most of Vietnam's other temples that I know of can be reached by foot, to arrive at this temple, we have to go along the rivulet by boat, which is the main means of transport for fishermen as they earn a living. Anh Hung got me really excited when he informed me that there would be a gift for me if we went through the forest. As soon as we set foot in the forest, an interesting kind of fruit stopped us.
Cái quả này là thường là người dân là ăn hàng ngày và cái dây này thì người ta mang về người ta băm ra để người ta chế sao lên xong rồi nấu nước hàng ngày để uống cho cả nhà uống được và rất tốt cho tiêu hóa và tốt cho ngủ nghỉ. Nó là cái vị thuốc.
Interesting. It tastes like a passion fruit that is not so sour. It's a little bit crunchy because of the seeds. It's sweet like an orange. Yeah, I like it. I think it would be a good juice. I'm amazed that it's also so healthy and that you can use it for medicine too. Such a good reason to drink it. The forest is so pristine that I feel like it has been deserted for a while. Anh Hung has to clear out the path since wild plants block it. Anh Hung said that he comes here once a month to prune trees so that people can walk more easily. Few people visit the forest during the rainy season, but after October, about 15 people take a tour here every week. Anh Hung even grows fruit here in order for tourists to enjoy along the way.
Thu hoạch thì thu hoạch đồng loạt, thu hoạch hết thì nó rất tinh. Là nó khi mà những cái quả mà mình thu hoạch rồi thì là nó biết là đã ăn được. Còn nếu mà mình chưa, khi nó còn chín mà mình không gặt đấy thì có thối ra thì nó cũng không xuống nó ăn. Vì nó biết là chưa thu hoạch được, người chưa ăn thì nó chưa ăn được.
So if I touch it, will a monkey still eat it?
Khi còn xanh này thì tay mình sờ vào thì nó cũng biết là chưa ăn được. Vì là khi quả này nó xanh thì cái gai nó vẫn còn sắc.
Anh Hung is like a biologist and an animal researcher. Most of the knowledge he gets is from experience and observation. The deeper we go into the forest, the more excited I get because the distance between my gift and I becomes shorter.
Ok, cảm ơn.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And finally, I found it. Dien Long Cave, or Dragon Cave, is full of mysteries. Anh Hung will give me a tour inside it as my gift. All right. The narrow cave door and smooth stone surprised me. But just behind the narrow door, I was overwhelmed by the labyrinth. Before starting our exploration, Anh Hung told me to offer the mountain god some incense as a way to express our sincere wishes to enter the cave. The sparkling stone is like the mountain god's cloak, which enhances the god's majesty.
Giới thiệu với bạn là đây là một cái ngôi mộ mà được các nhà khảo học là đánh giá vào khoảng trên 1.000 năm tuổi. Thì đây là bộ hài cốt người đàn ông. Nhân dân cũng phong cụ là một trong cái vị thần gọi là thổ thần, là cai quản cái khu vực này.
The fact that it's been preserved for all these years is so amazing, and I think that's really neat that we can use the local area to help out history and archaeology with new discoveries. So I think this is really interesting. It's cool to feel the atmosphere and to look around and see history right here in front of us. The cave is gorgeous and has incredible rock formations shaped by centuries. This is a wonderful and skillful masterpiece of creation and of nature that turns thousands of stones into fantastic sculptures and artistic works. As you can see, it's pretty dark in here. Anh Hung said that the incandescent light bulbs have been removed so that the stalactites won't be affected. I believe these two small torches cannot reveal the whole entire beauty of the cave. But what I see now is already so breathtaking. More interestingly, the locals can depend on nature here to predict future patterns of nature.
Như kinh nghiệm của người dân ấy, thì nhìn cái rễ cây si này thì biết được khí hậu. Rễ cây si này mà nó trắng thì mưa rất là to và rất gần. Nhưng mà rễ mà đen như thế này ấy, thì là từ nay đến hết năm là không còn lượng mưa lớn nữa. Như năm nay là nhìn cái rễ cây si này người ta biết được là hạn hán, không có mưa.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, here.
And now for the most interesting part. It's music time. It's hard to believe that you can play music in this huge cave, isn't it? Anh Hung and I recently formed a music band, and now we'll take you to the central highlands of Vietnam with its traditional music. Let's enjoy!
Okay. Yeah.
That was good.
Yes, okay.
That was excellent.
Yeah.
I want to stay here longer, but it's time for me to return and leave the cave in silence. Wow. That cave was incredible. It's like a whole different world. It's warm and sunny today, but inside the cave, it's nice and cool and comfortable. It's huge too. I could easily explore it for a lot more time. But anh ơi, em đói.
Ok, về thôi.
Okay?
Ok.
Okay. Xin chào.
Nào. Đây bà xã của anh.
Hello. Em có thể giúp gì không?
Ok, bạn giúp mình nhặt rau nhé.
Okay. Helping Chi Tung cook dinner makes me feel like I'm part of the family, and not just a guest. These dishes must be very delicious because they smell so good. The trip earlier with Anh Hung gave me a good appetite. I'm ready to eat.
Cảm ơn. Cả nhà mình ăn cơm đi.
Con mời bố, con mời mẹ, cháu mời chú ăn cơm ạ.
Em mời anh, em mời Chi,
Ok.
chú mời con.
Đúng rồi.
That's the correct way to do it. But the first time I was like, chú mời con, em mời Chi, em mời anh.
Chú mời sai rồi, phải mời người lớn
Dạ.
tuổi nhất đến người bé nhất. Đáng lẽ ra là chú phải mời bố cháu trước, sau đến mẹ cháu, xong cuối cùng là cháu.
Nói rồi.
I've had many meals with Vietnamese families, and of course, they have different table manners and traditions than I would find in my home country of America. According to traditional Vietnamese table manners, the younger generation will invite the elders to have a good meal before they begin eating as a way of showing respect. Therefore, the saying should be put in order from the oldest to the youngest. Dining is also the time for Vietnamese family members to gather and share happy moments that they had during their day and create new ones. Okay, today we were able to experience some really excellent parts of Vietnamese history at the temple, and then the nature in the majestic cave. And thanks to Anh Hung and his expertise, he took me around. But the best part was definitely staying at Anh Hung's homestay. Seeing how Vietnamese people live is an unforgettable experience, and I think that you can't learn about the culture unless you come here to a homestay and spend time with the people. One of the things that you should do when you're in Phu Lam Commune is to collect oysters. So this morning, I woke up early to find a local farmer to help me, since I've never done it before. Early morning is the best time to collect oysters as the tide is low. Oysters here are a specialty that you should definitely try when visiting the locals. But I bet collecting oysters is also a must-do activity. Xin chào cô. What are you doing?
Cô đang chuẩn bị đi đánh hà.
Can I join you? Mrs. Hui told me to tighten my boots, otherwise they might get stuck and lost in this mud field. But I'm not sure if I'm doing it right, so I get some help from her.
Quận nó sát xuống đây thì nó không tuột. Bùn nó kéo ra.
Very tight.
Bây giờ là đi xuống đánh hà thôi.
Okay. The tide is low right now, revealing the mud field. We had to walk quite a long way to get to the oyster farm. She was so right that we must tighten our boots as much as we can. The mud is really thick and makes our legs get stuck easily. I can't even walk close to normal speed. Mrs. Hui said that the only oysters that are big enough can be collected. Otherwise, she leaves them here until they get bigger. So how long have you been collecting oysters as a job?
Cô làm được 4 năm rồi.
Is it your main job?
Đây thì cô chỉ là làm nuôi phụ thôi chứ không chính, nhà cô nuôi ngao.
Where can you take them to sell them after you're finished hunting?
Bán cho các gia đình người ta ăn hoặc là người ta mua đi, người ta lại đi nơi khác người ta bán.
Mrs. Hui told me that the busiest harvest season is from April to July. This is the time when there is an abundant source of food for the oysters because it's so hot. So they grow faster and they're much bigger. She taught me the proper technique to get oysters out of the shell. You have to be very careful and also delicate to get the oysters out without making a big mess. It looks just like a rock or something like that. I would never guess that there is actually oysters inside that we can eat. Cô ơi,
Ôi,
nuôi như thế nào?
nhá. Cô đây là hà nhá. Cô lấy về cô đánh ra như thế này này. Đấy, lấy ruột ra này. Đấy. Xong rồi cô phơi cái vỏ này đi. Phơi đi, xong rồi là nó khô. Cô lấy cái vỏ này ra này. Đấy. Xong cô đục cái lỗ như này. Xong cô sâu vào. Sâu 3-4 miếng vào đấy, đây này. Nó mới mọc vào. Đấy. Nó mọc vào. Đấy, nó mọc vào xong rồi là nó mọc vào tàu như thế này này. Tháng 3 nó có giống ở
Mrs. Hui said that it usually takes around a year for new oysters to latch onto old shells and grow up from their tiny size. She said originally they're as small as a grain of rice, but eventually they're big enough for harvest. Although it's quite a long time, I still think it's worth it so that we can have these creamy, fresh, high-quality oysters to eat. I've never eaten a raw oyster before, but there's a first time for everything. It's much saltier than grilled oysters. And it's got a fresh and natural taste. The sun is getting higher, and it seems that's all we can harvest today since it's not really the peak season for oysters. So after we collect all of these oysters, we have to carry them back through the mud. So it's a really heavy load. As I said before, they all have the shells, which are very heavy. So I'm glad I can help her today. This is difficult work. I had a great experience today in Phu Lam Commune. I love waking up early to be in nature, and working and being part of the local traditions and culture was so fun. I'm definitely glad I had this experience, and I might not have had it anywhere else. But I think I'll be even happier when I'm eating some grilled oysters later.